Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Today we are at Steven's house.
Yep.
And you're going to teach me how to ride.
Yeah, we're going to try. Yeah. We'll see if you can be taught.
Good luck.
The very first thing that we have to do though is you can't exactly step onto a horse looking like you just came home from CrossFit. And so we got you some stuff here to see if we can help you out. Just a little.
I put on a pair of jeans, was that not enough?
No. Let's start there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Here you go, a little vest. Oh yeah.
Make me look a little bit more rugged.
Yeah. Yeah, you want, when you get up on a horse, you want to make sure it looks like you are supposed to be there, right? It makes the horse feel better.
Listen, I don't even care if I can do it or not. I just don't want to look like I don't know how to look, right?
Okay, so this is actually important. This is a safety feature. Most people don't know that, but cowboy boots are about safety.
Okay.
They also look great, but it's about safety. So if you step onto a horse like this with like a lace-up shoe and you fall off and your foot gets caught in a stirrup, that horse will drag you to your death. This will slip off, so you can survive. Okay. That is the whole purpose for a cowboy boot.
I did not know that.
It's important.
All right.
Plus there's the heel, and so it keeps you from slipping into the stirrup the wrong way too.
Okay.
Look at this. Look at this. I think we actually found what you were always meant to look like right here.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. Hey, Twan, come here. Just start by cleaning it off. The reason for that is because we're going to put all this crud on top, including you.
Right.
And you just don't want like pokey things that are going to bug her. That's how you get a horse to act up, is when they're like uncomfortable. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think she's going to like you a lot more than me, because I think you're a little lighter than I am. How old are you, Cora? I think she's 4. I got her as a 2-year-old, right from the wild, and I trained her from just a little filly. And she's a Mustang, right? So she's a wild horse that came off of the rangeland in the western U.S. She came from Nevada. She grew up in the desert until she was about 2, and I've had her since then.
Cool. Now, is it hard to get Mustangs like that?
You know, it is and it isn't. They don't let just anybody take one home either. So you have to have a certain type of facility to take a Mustang. They really want to make sure that you'll be successful when you take one too. Okay. I'm going to put you in the round pen with her.
Okay.
So that's a spot she can't just go running wild, right?
Right. Cora and I got off to a bit of a rocky start that day. I guess you could say that we had a failure to communicate. But little by little, the two of us started to figure it out. And we eventually, I don't know, one of us folded to the other's will, I guess you could say. Fortunately, I had Steven to teach me a little bit more about my horsemanship. I think a lot of us grew up trail riding and we learned to just kind of pull on the reins from side to side to steer the horse. But what Steven taught me here is that it's really just the light touches. The horse is used to just getting the reins slightly on each side of her neck to kind of help her understand which direction I want her to go. And so I learned a little bit about how to just make those movements subtle and just help the horse just communicate with the horse what I'm really trying to do. Steven is still working with and training Cora to be used to all sorts of rides and riders. So he gives her obstacles like you see here to help her be comfortable with her rider and to be used to all different types of terrain and obstacles that might be thrown at her when she's on a ride. One thing that I learned this weekend is that the rhythm and pace of life on a horse is much different than a typical day-to-day life in an office working a 9-to-5 job. Now, we weren't always successful. We had our challenges. There were times when we couldn't figure out who was in charge. But we were able to communicate little by little and eventually get through all the obstacles in our way and have an ultimately great weekend and a great ride.
We did it!
We got a full ride in.
Yeah, we did all kinds of things. What do you feel like you learned?
Man, I don't even know where to start. There was a lot.
Yeah.
I never knew that you could turn by putting the reins on the other side. It was almost opposite to what usually you like.
Yeah, you think you just pull them over.
You pull them over on that side,
Yeah.
but I never knew that the movements were much more subtle.
Yeah, they can be really, really subtle. When you watch a great horse rider, you can't even tell what they're asking the horse to do because it's so subtle.
I need to see if I can use that strategy with my own kids a little bit more. Because I'm typically not subtle, right, Haley?
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I feel like working with horses is almost exactly the same as working with kids.
Yeah.
Especially donkeys. You have to work with a freaking donkey. It's just like a kid. But yeah, there's like all of these really, really interesting principles of dealing with horses that translate perfectly to like raising children. And like one of them is like, and you learned this today, was you want to use only the amount of pressure necessary to get them to perform what you need them to do. I mean, talk about like a lesson for like raising children, right? I mean,
teach them to be more sensitive to you, so you don't have to overreact.
So you don't have to walk in and be like, "What is this?" and blow up at every little thing to get them to listen.
Yeah.
Go soft first, and then find where that balance is. So yeah.
And then being in rhythm with them, right? Like really just making sure that you're, I don't know what the right word is here, but like
you're
communicating with them well, both physically and verbally.
Dealing with the horses, like it's not just the mechanics of I turn you here. You also have to like read their mood and their personalities. And it's called riding a horse. It's not just sitting on a horse, right? It's like you're participating in this event together.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I was happy to do it. It's always just so fun to let people sort of discover a lot of this stuff. It's something I love to do. So it's just so fun.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks, Steven.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the next video.
Yeah. Okay.